All right, so I added a link here that will be very helpful to you. So clicking here for directions on how to record your project. Now, I want to walk you through these slides. Now, I know I walked through some of them during the daily video, but I want to do it again. It never hurts to hear something twice. So, I apologize. So part 7 is to record your presentation on Flipgrid or on Screencastify. So if you have made a digital version, Google Slides, Google Drawings, etc., then you are going to be doing a Screencastify because you can cast your screen, meaning you can show us your digital creation on your screen. Your other option is if you made like a 3D structure or a hard copy, then you can create it on Flipgrid. So let's first look at Screencastify. So using Screencastify, you'll be walking your classmates and I through your analogy creation. So make sure that you're doing the following: explaining each part of your literary device and how it compares to your analogy, explaining how each literary device works together within the VELT, and then explaining how the literary devices work together to develop the theme. Again, if this seems overwhelming, don't think too much. It's just this chart. You're just walking us through this chart. You can even have this printed out and read it to us if that makes things easier for you. All right. Now, your step 2 is to make sure that you open your analogy project creation, your Google Slides, your Google Drawing, etc., whatever you've made. And then you're going to click the Screencastify icon in the top right corner of your screen. So that's up here is your Screencastify. If you don't see it, then you can click the little puzzle piece and locate Screencastify. All right. Let's see, if you have chosen to do Flipgrid, you'll click here to get your Flipgrid directions. Oops. All right, so you'll go to flipgrid.com and you'll enter the join code, which would be the one with Smith, and you'll record your analogy creation. So you will hold up whatever you've created for the camera so that we can see it, and then you will walk us through your creation, again, telling us everything on the chart, everything on here. But instead of us being able to see the screen, we'll be able to see your item in your hands. That's the difference between Screencastify and Flipgrid. Screencastify, we're just seeing your screen, and Flipgrid, we can actually see you and we can see what you're holding. All right, so then that brings us to part 8, which is adding your project to the class slideshow, which is essentially A, how you're turning it in, and B, how you're going to show everyone else what you've made. So you're going to want to make sure that you read the directions on the slideshow, and then add a slide with your name. Make sure your name is on it, otherwise I can't grade it. And you're going to add your project link. So if you have a slideshow or a drawing, you'll link that in. And make sure you set it to view, not editor or commenting, just view. We all just need to be able to see it. And then you'll add the Screencastify or Flipgrid link onto the same slide. So you're only using one slide. That slide is going to have the link of your project if it's digital, and it's going to have the link to your Screencastify or your Flipgrid. All right, so if you're not sure how to add your link, you can watch this video for how to add your Screencastify and then for how to add your Flipgrid. So whichever one you need. Add a picture of your analogy item. So for example, on my slide, I would add like a coffee cup if I were going to do a coffee analogy, or a bicycle for my bicycle analogy. If you did a taco, you could do a taco on your slide. And then you're going to make your slide look amazing. So fonts, pictures, backgrounds, animations, all kinds of things that you think would make your slide fun to look at. Nothing silly. It has to relate to what you're doing. So don't put anything that's just like memes or ridiculous stuff. Make sure it has to do with your analogy. Once you've added your 2 links, make sure you ask a friend to check them and make sure that they work. You'll click here for the class slideshow, and it will take you to the submission. You will click on the correct link for your class. So if I'm period 1, 2, I'll click there. Now I'll read through these directions, which are kind of the same as what you've just read with a little bit more information that you need. So I'm going to need to add a new slide. So I will add a new slide and I'll put my name. Okay. Then I need to have my shareable link to my presentation. So let's see if I want to get my presentation. Let me just open this up. So if this is my presentation, you should have seen this by now. But if this is my presentation, I'm going to click the share button. I'm going to make sure that this is set to Jackson Local Schools, view, copy link. Okay. Then I'll come back here and I'm going to make sure that I link it in. Here's my link. Analogy creation. Okay, got that link on there. What else do I need? Okay. Then I need to add my Screencastify video. Well, all my Screencastifys are in my drive. So this is my screen. Oops. If this is my Screencastify video, I'm gonna do get link. To do that, I did the double click, like a right click, and I made sure anyone with this link can view, copy link, done. Then I'm gonna go back here. And I'm going to link. And I'm going to call this Screencastify. Okay, what else do I need? Add 2 sticky notes labeled warm feedback and cool feedback to my slide. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and copy them straight from the teacher example because why not? Work smarter, not harder. Warm feedback, cold feedback. Cool, got them on there. Now what? Add my name and a fun background or visual to go with my slide. Have a friend test my link. Cool. All right, so I'm going to add a background. Background. Choose. So I did a bike. I'm just going to do a street. I don't know. Let's see. This one, I guess. Okay. And I'm going to obviously want to change some colors. Okay. Add a background, names there. I'm going to make it look a little nicer. But essentially, that's it. Because then everyone can come. They can click Analogy Creation. They can click Screencastify. Then they can add some feedback. That's all I need. So now that I've done that, I can go back. Where was I? Here. And I can click on the next slide, which is the gallery walk. Now we're not doing the gallery walk right away. We'll probably be doing this Monday. But anyway, step 1, opening the gallery walk. So you would click your class slideshow. Again, it's going to take you to that same submissions box. You'll click your class's slideshow, or you can go to the Flipgrid projects by clicking here. It will take you to my Flipgrid for the analogy presentation. View any of the projects available in these resources. You should pick 2 projects, and you're going to use warm and cool feedback to your classmates. As an example, a good and bad example of warm feedback, good and bad example of cool feedback. But that's it. So this is the final step for this crazy project that we've been working on. So once you've put it in the slideshow, where is it? Here. Once you put it in the slideshow, then you're done. Okay, I hope this is a little bit more helpful. Let me know if you need any help. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.